Hi, everybody. Hello. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? Let me see. Just 1 second, you guys.
Shipped is delivery done differently.
Am I buffering? Hi, Terry and T-Barb and Greeter and Sean. I saw my big brother Ian in here earlier. Let's see, Rhonda and Debbie. Hey, Ian. I see you there, big brother. Hold on. Okay. Connie and Jeanette and Greeter and Margaret and Renee, Clarence, John, Linda, Holly, Yvonne. Let's see. Hi, everybody. I'm sorry, the chat's going by pretty quick and I can't, it's like slipping right past me. How's everybody doing? Everybody feeling good today? I'm just to call because it's done. It's over. Hi, Alton. Yeah, I was listening to MSNBC too. I turned it down, but everybody's calling it. I don't know why MSNBC is taking forever. I'm assuming they're trying to keep Spanky from going mental, which with that. Hi, Renee. So yeah, everybody feeling ready to breathe a big sigh of relief? Hey, Jules. We did it. He's just gone. Hey, Mary, or Marie. Yeah, Ian saying going mental. He is mental. Yeah. So I wanted to talk about a few things tonight. I am set up downstairs. I had gone live with Autumn earlier from Black and Orange. She invited me in, so I brought my stuff downstairs. And then I decided to do a live. And I didn't want to take my stuff back upstairs. So I'm downstairs. Hi, Terry Solaris. Exactly, HVC show. 2.5 months of hell to come. So I wanted to touch on a few things. I wanted to, as I was watching the news and reviewing some of my readings, I got the Senate wrong. I believe I had pulled, it was the bouquet because I was getting 9. No, we did not pick up 9. We have 2 that are going into runoff in January. Autumn and I read on that earlier. It's going to be a nail biter, but it's looking like there's potential to at least pick up 2. I discussed this on Autumn's show today. I had done a grand tableau on the Senate right here for the year 2021. Okay. So, and I focused on the garden to be my Senate because the garden talks about a large body of people. And luckily the garden ended up here in the very first row. So I have this entire thing to look at. I am not done reviewing this, but it's appearing as though there is going to be a woman in this grand tableau. We have woman in its own house, the letter in its own house, and then we have the anchor in the house of ship, or anchor in the house of birds in the house of anchor. Okay. So those 2 are mirroring in this grand tableau. So it looks like a very important woman here and something to do with bills and legislation because it's paperwork. Okay, records, paperwork, reports, mail, tests, results, that sort of thing would be covered under the letter. So it looks like this woman steps in to become quite important. I don't have my usual setup, so I may have to recreate this and then bring the camera over and show you guys what I'm seeing. I'm going to have to do a dedicated video for this Grand Tableau because there's still a crap ton to go through. It looks like at the very beginning of 2021, there's going to be some serious stonewalling and delays in the Senate. There is a small improvement, okay, because it's mountain, storks, and mice. The mice takes away, okay, so there's a very small improvement. So that could be talking about the possibility of picking up those 2 seats. Again, the maps this cycle did not favor the Democrats. They were mostly in deeply red states. Just to see Georgia going to a runoff, 2 Senate seats in Georgia going into the runoff. You know, Georgia being the home of our late Congressman John Lewis is significant. It's very amazing. I think that Stacey Abrams has done a magnificently incredible job working her ass off in Georgia to get people out to vote, to fight voter suppression. I mean, that girl has outdone herself in ways I can't even, I don't have the words. So there's that. I don't know if we pick up another 7 in 2022. We're going to have to look at that too. And because the map is more favorable to Democrats in 2022 to have the opportunity to pick up seats. And I wanted to also briefly bring up the Grand Tableau that I had done on Donald Trump. Let me see here. The one that Jenny and Johnny helped me with. Let me see. Here it is. Because of the wackadoodle stuff we're seeing now. So let me go ahead and I'm going to rebuild that Grand Tableau, if you guys don't mind. And I'm going to swing my little webcam over so we can all look at it, because there's some stuff here that I think we should maybe discuss. And then I'll play it back and we can all look at some other things too. So how's everybody feeling today? Good? Let me see, 35. The weather is finally changing here. I think hi Sunflower. I think we're anticipating some rain this weekend. I'm like, finally the weather has decided to change in Southern California. Let's see, 18. So he's going mental. I guess he held a press briefing yesterday, just trying to delegitimize the elections, which we all anticipated that anyways. We know he's not going to accept the results. He's taking everything to the courts, losing. The other day, I believe one of his lawyers was interviewing, I think on Fox News, and they let it slip that they're going to take it to the Supreme Court. Good luck with that, because he's got, I believe their quote was, "We have 3 judges there, and we're hoping that Amy Coney Barrett will come through for us." So good luck with that. Good luck with that. It's not even going to make it to the Supreme Court. He was hoping he could get the Supreme Court to steal it, but it won't even. He keeps getting thrown out in the courts where he's at, or where he's fighting. I think they threw out the cases in Pennsylvania, in Michigan, everywhere where he's filed. It keeps getting thrown out. And then his legal representation is that crackpot Rudy Giuliani. So, I mean, it's just, it's a clown show. It is a freaking clown show. He's not going to concede. We all know that. He's not going to accept the results. So I have a couple of questions here that I want to get out of the Grand Tableau, because it's all here. It's just so massive that sometimes I tend to get lost and start swimming in these because it's just so much information. Let me see. 33, 22. 3. 23. 1. 28. 2. 12. 16. 32. 34. 36. 25. Okay. Hi, Susan. How are you? Okay, I'm going to attempt to swing the camera over. I hope I don't make anybody sick. Here we go. Okay, can you guys see this okay? This is where we're at on the Grand Tableau. This is the one that Jenny helped me with. I did this Grand Tableau September 23rd. Here's my notes. There it is, September 23rd. Donald Trump, Grand Tableau, 6 months. Okay, so this is going from September 23rd to March 23rd of when I threw this and made this chart here. Okay, so Trump lands down here at the very, very bottom. I'm going to recap a few little things because I do know that there's new people here on the channel, to which I want to say thank you and welcome. So he landed here at the bottom, meaning he's kind of overwhelmed. There's all this stuff at the bottom. He's down here, so all of this is weighing down on him, kind of like gravity. At the time of that Grand Tableau, this was his present line, because this is where he was at the time that we did the Grand Tableau. So vertically here, this is where he was in September, okay? Now, the most important thing that came up for him in that month was something around his financial records, something that he's been blocking up here with the mountain, records of his finances, and then him that shows him being guilty. I believe a couple of days or within that week when we did this Grand Tableau was when we got the news from the New York Times in regards to his taxes that showed that he's only paid $750 worth of taxes. That happened in September within a few days of this tableau. Okay. I had discussed this portion up here that I had seen. Child. You see, child is the Jack of Spades, whip, the Jack of Clubs, scythe, Jack of diamonds, the tower here, and the garden. And I had said that this had worried me because there was men here with guns and weapons. Okay. Shortly after that happened, I believe it was last month in October, that we found out about that militia that was looking to kidnap this woman down here and put her on trial. The militia in, where was it? Was that Michigan? So that happened. And I had also said that the close to election, we're going to see more of this because the crossroads is right here underneath. Okay. Hey, Noel. Am I buffering for you guys? Because I'm buffering for me. Let me see. Oh, boy. I'm not buffering. Okay. Okay, so if I am buffering, please. Hey, Linda, thank you. Please refresh the page because I was buffering on my end. I have YouTube open here too so that I can see if I'm buffering because it won't show me on YouTube Live. Okay. The crossroads is right here. Here's the weapons up here. Here's like official buildings, government and institutions. Crossroads lands right here. So if you look at this, it's several of these organizations, and I said the closer we get to elections, you're going to see more of this. And now we're seeing militia groups even more. My sister sent me an article where they have identified, I believe, 120 something individuals that are part of a militia that were plotting to take over a government building as well. We're seeing militia groups mobilize everywhere. So be mindful of that. And it also appears that some of them may be on top of buildings because we have the storks here. And then we have the tower right here. So some of these people, I don't know if these are marksmen or snipers or what, but some of them appear to be on top of buildings this way with weapons. Okay. So they've identified a few more. I believe that they identified a group that was on their way to Philadelphia. I don't know what happened to them this way. So this was September, October, November. We're right here in November. This is the column for November. Am I buffering for you guys? Because it's buffering on my end. Okay, I'm not. Yeah, my YouTube is okay. Okay, so this would be the column for November this way. And here we're seeing, hey, Jocelyn, thank you. You're my #1 fan. That's awesome. Thank you. So here we're seeing the sun in the house of tree. We're seeing the whip in the house of child. Again, small groups that are militant this way because you have the whip or the child in the house of whip in the house of child. So you're going to see new violence here. You have the bouquet right underneath and the birds this way. So this is talking about the verbal arguments that he's holding right now. The news that he's delivering this way, the writer brings what's before it. He's speaking about the news that he's delivering is that they're cheating, they're stealing, they're taking away from him. I won this. You got the clover in the house of man. I won this. And they're stealing it from me. Okay. Moving forward this way on his timeline, you're seeing this is him getting lucky here. Hey, the square peg, thank you. And then talking here, what he's saying to the media in regards to his reputation is that it was abundant and overwhelming, and they're stealing from him back here with the mice. Okay. So for this in November here, we're going to see a lot more arguing and these armed people here with weapons moving in. It appears that their movement may get thwarted. Okay. Because simply here's the men right here, because these are all men. Jack, 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 that carries male energy. This is the government here. It gets thwarted here with the scythe. They're cut off from reaching this, okay? But there's several groups that have mobilized. There is also, let's see, December is right here. September, October, November, December, January, February. Okay. I'm trying to figure out who this dog is, and I was reading it as several people because of the crossroads here. Support and the loyalists for him is cut off here. So this, if this is in regards to people in government, like senators and House representatives, his support here, the loyalty is cut. And there's something really important here that comes out on the media in regards to perhaps an older man with white hair. Also something, evidence of perhaps hacking this way, because this is a hack. Access to internet here via a friend, and that friend is a very paranoid, crazy person, confused, may have white hair. This person also has white hair. So I'm wondering if this is Giuliani, Roger Stone, or anything else like that. Also a celebrity that's older with white hair. We could be looking at a Steve Bannon here that may have said something, talking on the radio this way, media this way. So, and we do know that Steve Bannon, just yesterday I saw that it was reported, Steve Bannon was calling for the cutting here with the scythe, cutting of two individuals' upper extremities. I'll put it that way because I don't want to get my video flagged. He did that on the airwaves. Look out for what happens to Steve Bannon, because he's looking at court right here and he's heading into some serious trouble. I told you guys that by let me see, he's over here. The one thing that came up in his grand tableau was bear in the house of tower, tower in the house of bear. Those two are significant. So we're looking at financial institutions and his power in government. I said that it gets separated here. This is the bank. There's something that happens in the banks and the courts as well. And there's a jury here of peers that make a decision in regards to finances around him, and his money and his business come out right here. So as his time moves forward, again, he's overwhelmed because he's got all this stuff above him. His money comes to light. His businesses come to light. And I think we discussed earlier the difficult partnerships that he's been involved with, and a very passionate woman that comes under a lot of pain and suffering here. So, and again, since she nights over to the crossroads, I wasn't quite sure who this was. And as that news developed with this militia group up here, it looks like one of them may have been the governor or the mayor of Michigan, or I believe she was the governor, that they were going to put on trial. This could also be his wife or his daughter, because it's someone that he loves this way. But there's a significant trial and significant guilt and suffering. In regards to his health, we had discussed that that if he had coronavirus, which was back here, lying about an illness to manipulate the news. And I had said, because the cross was so close to him, that whatever suffering he has, it's very, 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 very brief. And he had the clover here to lighten that a little bit. Remember, supposedly he got the coronavirus and he rose again on the third day, just like Jesus. So I'm thinking that was bull caca. But he's heading this way into some stuff here where there's going to be exposure here about his celebrity and his business this way. That's all going to come to light. A friend that is arguing to keep something secret for him. So this could also be in regards to Rudy Giuliani. Down this diagonal with the dog, the whip, the book, and the man. Okay. And then also Joe Biden moving into the government here with a woman, because that's the Storks. The Storks is the Queen of Hearts. Okay. And this would be our January column here. And I said January was perhaps when the courts get his financial records, because that's what it was looking like based on this tableau. So let me see. That's what I was able to get out of this one. So please be mindful of this. It looks like these people here get thwarted because they're cut off here and they get exposed here. And there's someone around them that is undercover. Okay, that you can't see them. They're false friends. Okay, so there may be undercover agents working in these groups that work to expose them, and that's how they get thwarted. But I still see them mobilizing this way, and that's already happened, and it's happening now. So let me go ahead, and I hope that wasn't too difficult to see. Again, I don't have my regular setup, because I didn't go upstairs. And then on the corners of this tableau, the family and his properties are heading into some serious, serious, serious trouble because money has been stolen. Okay. Money that is missing. There's something also as well that the organization itself and Trump Towers quite possibly also come under deep scrutiny come January in the courts under a grand jury. Hey, R.L. Perry, thank you. About organizations overseas. And it could also be in regards to a large park that he has overseas that brings him trouble, but there's loss here. Ultimately, but it's not a sudden, quick loss with him. It eats away. Okay, it eats away. It eats away. So I hope that is, and like I said, I'm not at my usual setup, so it's going to be a little bit difficult to do these readings because I'm too lazy to take all this junk back upstairs. This tableau just shows that one just shows him going crazy and coming forward with news that it was stolen from him and that he won, but it's a lie. Okay. That's what this tableau shows. Now, the one for the Senate, I'm going to have to, I want to do a dedicated video for that one, perhaps maybe tomorrow, because I got to set this up and I want to study it more. But it looks like there's a small improvement, a little bit of, not a full improvement because it gets dwindled away a little bit, but it looks like a woman becomes the one that has to make important decisions. So perhaps Kamala Harris having to be the tiebreaker in a while. And it looks like it may be split. So we'll have to see. shuffle these really good. So what questions do you guys want me to ask? And I'll try to do a couple, of questions. Oh, I know. He's making an absolute fool of himself. Hey, Pam, thank you. It's like, dude, you lost. He must have known that he was going to lose months ago. Otherwise, he wouldn't have come up with this entire scheme to stop the mail. So you've embarrassed yourself once by losing. Now you're embarrassing yourself again by taking everything to the courts to lose there. And then embarrassing yourself again when everybody finds out that you just freaking lost. Like, just take the one loss and walk away, you know? So... No, nope, Crystal, no. Lindsey Graham stole it. I did a grand tableau on Lindsey Graham as well. There's some, like, stuff got stolen in North Carolina. Let me see. And it doesn't come out. It doesn't come out because it was stolen. And Lindsey Graham was part of an agreement to steal something. For the Senate, it looks like there's a possibility. Again, I'm going to have to review this further before I go live. It looks like there's a possibility to investigate careers in the Senate for people that were allowing the grifters and then covering up for the grifters. And there's some other shady, nefarious stuff here where they've manipulated maps, and that would be the gerrymandering, quite possibly also the census, where they've manipulated maps here. There's one man in particular who is very, 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 very cruel. He's going to head into some problems. He has secured and maintained power, but it becomes small and he gets cut away from the power. So I'm thinking that's Mitch McConnell. So, but I need to go back and review that one. Let me see. Sorry, the comments are going by really fast. So I'm having a hard time. Laura, it looks like I read on it with Autumn earlier, the 2 runoffs, we have a chance to pick up those. The 2 runoffs in Georgia. But then there's another Senate race in 2 years. So 2022, the map is more favorable to Democrats in 2022 there. So there's a possibility to perhaps pick up more seats there, maybe 7 or so, because I've always gotten a total of 9. And here's another thing that I don't quite understand. And I'm going to go ahead and ask that because, let me see. Okay. Alrighty, so okay, so thank you, Barb. So I asked if he would be impeached again. We know he's not going to concede, which is not a legality, it is a formality. Okay, so there's nothing in the Constitution or no law or anything like that that says, oh, Yoda's coming over. So get ready for quite possibly a second live with Yoda and I. He's not going to concede. And like I was saying before, I was answering the text. It's not a legality; it is simply a formality. He's not going to accept the results of the election. That's fine. He may refuse to leave, which, sorry, dude, come January 2021, knock, knock, you're getting evicted. So I wanted to know if he was going to be impeached again. If he causes so much trouble that they're just like, okay, that's it, get rid of him, and the only way to do that would be impeach and remove, and he no longer has support in the with the GOP because they've already had the election. He's useless to them, So I asked and I got Ryder Cross Man. The feedback for him is that he's going to suffer. He's going to be suffering. There's news of suffering coming to him. Hey, Whimsy. There's news of suffering coming to him, news of pain coming to him, news of a trial coming to him, which really didn't tell me much. So there may be news that he's going to be put on trial again. So I pulled two more, and then I got Crossroads and Dog, meaning that he no longer has support. Hey, Chrissy, because the loyalty is split. He's split from loyalty. He no longer has loyalty from those. They've separated themselves from him. Okay. There is a secret or knowledge. Hey, thanks, Whimsy. That he is creating significant long-term problems here. Knowledge of persistent obstruction here. Knowledge of being persistent problems and issues. This is also a powerful enemy here. It's not telling me straight up yes or no. It's giving me a story that there's difficult, painful news coming to him, and people have split from him. They've abandoned him, and that they know the huge loads of problems this man is going to create. Which I say, go right ahead, Spanky. Go right ahead. Create chaos so you can be the first president in history to be impeached, not once, but twice, and then get removed from office. Go ahead. Because he's worthless to the senators now. We've already had elections. They don't care. So let's see. I'm going to ask it this way. How will Donald Trump leave office? How will he leave office? How will Donald Trump 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 leave office? Donald Trump leave office? How will he leave office? How will he leave office? How will Donald Trump leave office? How will he leave office? He's okay. I got the ring, the mountain, the house, the writer, and the man. He's promised to delay and obstruct his leaving, but he does leave. Quite possibly. The ring as a thing is a hand or handcuffs. Because he's refusing to leave. The promise that is made is being blocked and delayed. It's obstructed. You can't get around it. And then the house here, the residence, and then the news to him. He doesn't leave peacefully. It's man, lilies, mice, cross, child. It's not peaceful. The lilies is peace. It is serenity. It is satisfaction. It is wisdom. And then the mice is right after it. The mice takes away. He's diminishing peace. He's creating chaos. And then suffering and burdens. Hi, Sandra. Thank you. And then a child. I'm thinking... he might get hauled out of there in silver bracelets, maybe. Because it's not peaceful. This right here is not peaceful. Here's your peace. It's being diminished and people are suffering. Here. Destroying the peace, diminishing peace. He's more worried about himself than the punishment that's coming for a child, also from one of his children. With that, there's punishment there, and there's one of his children there. This is quite possibly Junior, because this is the Jack of Spades. It carries masculine energy. He's more worried about himself staying clean than he is worried about his kid suffering. There's that. But he does not leave peacefully, which we were anticipating that, but there's someone coming in with silver bracelets, quite possibly, for him. Which would be humiliation number 8,006,084. I saw this thing. I took a picture of it. I saw this thing on the oh, hold on. Ian texted me. My big brother Ian. Oh, thanks, big brother. Thank you, Ian. I saw this this thing about a newspaper. I think it's a newspaper in Europe somewhere where they posted this. Oh, it's in Ireland. In Ireland, the Irish Daily Mirror. And then it says Trump's fraud claim, a liar and a cheat to the bitter end. I don't know if you guys can see that. That's from the Irish newspaper. So even our friends overseas, president fights to stop Biden votes being counted in ugly election finale. But that's funny, a liar and a cheat to the bitter end. Yeah. Yep. 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 Man. So I want to know what happens to his supporters afterwards, and I'll tell you guys why. Hold on. What happens to Trump's supporters after he loses? What happens to Trump's supporters after he loses? What happens to Trump's supporters after he loses? What happens to his supporters after he loses? What happens to Trump's supporters after he loses? Okay, and I'll tell you why right now. Hold on. I'll tell you why right now. So, I got the letter, the stars, the house, the ring, the sun, the tree, and the clover. It looks like they're still congregating, perhaps on a home page online somewhere. They're making promises to each other and promising to be successful, promising to have a lot of energy. It's like the movement itself grows. It continues to grow. And they're looking for hope. Committed to that celebrity family. They may be mailing, sending letters to the family about his energy, and their hope for him. They're very hopeful for him. They're still committed very, very, very deeply to him and his celebrity and the entire celebrity family. And again, it continues to grow. The family itself may have some sort of new celebrity that's coming in. I don't know if this is a new news organization or something online, like a media online or something like that, or a magazine of some sort, but they're committed to that. And that group continues to grow. So their support and their loyalty and their promises to him still grow. What's interesting, you pull one more card because this is only 8, but they do it. We won't hear about it perhaps that much, but they're growing elsewhere online and they're still following the family. And the reason that I wanted to know is because I came across this book that I just ordered, and it's called, it's by Stephen Hassan, and he's one of the leading experts on cults in the United States. He studies cults. He helps people who are coming out of cults how to deprogram them. And the name of the book is The Cult of Trump. A leading cult expert explains how the president uses mind control. Because I've always thought about that. It's like, okay, we get him out of the White House, but these Trumpists are completely radicalized. They're completely radicalized. It's like they need to go into like a detox program and be completely deprogrammed because they're still functioning under that same mentality, that same software, if you would. Because I mean, their entire identity is wrapped up in that man. So I'm interested in reading that book, but it's like they're just crazy. I'm sorry I didn't make this very long. I'm gonna go ahead. Matt just got home. Peanut got home. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap that up here. And Yoda's coming over tonight, so watch out for a live from us again this evening whenever she gets here. It's great to see you guys. We'll be back later when she gets here, and we'll see you in a little bit. Okay, bye everybody. Thanks for joining me, and I'll be back on in a few. Bye.